So it looks like Call of Duty 2023 will be a thing after all. We've been led to believe in, let's say, the past year since Call of Duty Vanguard's launch that Modern Warfare 2 was going to be the last release in the yearly release cycle that Call of Duty has had ever since its first game. And we were expecting, you know, we were going to get year 2 content for Modern Warfare 2, and then Black Ops 5, Black Ops Gulf War, whatever you want to call it, will come out, and that 2 will get a 2-year cycle, but apparently not. Now, thankfully, Treyarch are being left alone. Thank the Lords, because when was the last time Treyarch was allowed to have a decent development time, you know? Black Ops 3? Like, that was 8 years ago, you know? So, I'm glad Treyarch still have more time to develop a proper, fully fledged, fully polished Black Ops game. Hopefully, it turns out to be amazing. But we are getting another Call of Duty this year. According to this article by Insider Gaming, I'll leave the link in the description. A lot of people have already really thoroughly covered this article, so I'm not really going to be saying anything that you already don't know, other than the key points. So yeah, previous rumors suggested that the game will be premium DLC, so it more like a Modern Warfare 2 Part 2, or maybe they would have even called it a Modern Warfare 3, and it would have been like a campaign add-on or whatever, but apparently that's not the case anymore. It's strange, but the game is also going to be associated with Modern Warfare, but Insider Gaming was unable to verify the game's name, so it's not Modern Warfare 3. So I do have my little ideas for this, but what we do know is that the game will be developed by Sledgehammer Games. Now, a lot of people are going to be crying about that, obviously. World War II was very divisive, so was Advanced Warfare, and Vanguard, everybody hated that, but Vanguard was a rushed project. I mean, you could tell it was basically a Modern Warfare 2019 asset flip. Like, at least Black Ops Cold War didn't run on the same engine as Modern Warfare did. It just had a UI that was made to look like it. It essentially was Black Ops 4's engine, to my understanding, which in itself was an asset flip of Black Ops 3. So, essentially, Treyarch have been making games on the same modified old Call of Duty engine for years now. So they're actually working with the Modern Warfare 2 engine, the newest engine, which is great for the next Black Ops game. I'm so excited for that. But I'm not too stressed at Sledgehammer. I have a lot of interest in World War II, the Call of Duty World War II. Like, the campaign looks decent. Advanced Warfare, I've actually played it. I love the campaign on that. Didn't really like the multiplayer. I appreciated the change, but Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare are two more polished games in that sort of genre, leaving Advanced Warfare kind of redundant after you finish with the campaign. But it is good. I like Advanced Warfare. Very good game in terms of the campaign. I buy Call of Duty for the campaign first and foremost, and that is the important thing to me. But the multiplayer is what we really need to talk about here, because Modern Warfare 2 has failed. Like, it just has. With Season 2 now being revealed, essentially, it's just, it's nothing but crap for Warzone, you know? Nothing really new. There was some new, quote-unquote, new game modes, but, like, as somebody who plays Call of Duty Ghosts quite regularly, I'm used to seeing grind, you know? Like, I've seen grind every time I go into a lobby, you know? And then there was other modes. One in the chamber, for example, is... I almost dropped the controller there. One in the chambers from Black Ops, to my understanding. Gun game as well is getting added. They basically added things that should have been there at launch, and it's a total failure. People were thinking they were just going to drip feed content for the next 2 years, sort of like GTA 5 did throughout its life cycle and is still doing, but apparently we're getting a full premium release for Call of Duty, so $70, pounds, whatever. Again, just like normal, and this makes Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2 look even worse by comparison. In a way, it's worse than Vanguard, because at least Vanguard has more stuff to do. has more maps, etc. I wouldn't say it's worse than Vanguard. I'm just saying Vanguard did better in providing content for the community than Modern Warfare 2 did, and I think that's really strange. God knows what they're doing. But apparently this next project's going to be like a collaborative project across all Call of Duty studios. I hope they mean most of it and not Treyarch. Again, I want Treyarch as far away from this as possible. I want Treyarch to work on a full Black Ops game, because again, we haven't had a proper release since Black Ops 3, you know? 4 was an asset flip of 3, and Cold War again is an asset flip of 4 made to look like Modern Warfare, to, you know, have that synergy across Warzone, Modern Warfare, and Black Ops Cold War. Again, I love Black Ops Cold War, and I like Black Ops 4 quite a lot, so even Treyarch under a lot of crunch can make a good game, you know? They can still make a good game, so imagine how good the next Black Ops is going to be now that they actually have a full development cycle. But yes, in terms of Sledgehammer Games taking the helm for this game, I'm not too fussed over it as long as the campaign is good, you know? And honestly, in terms of the quantity of multiplayer maps, apparently World War II's maps were really good. A lot of people do like that. I've seen a lot of comments on that. And then Vanguard, I mean, there's a quantity there. I'm not too sure about the quality, but I doubt it was very good. I think it was the game modes that was the issue, and the fact that it was basically a Modern Warfare 2019 asset flip. But yeah, we'll have to see. As long as the campaign is not like Vanguard, then that will be fine, because Vanguard's campaign is dog poo. I'm not going to buy the game ever. Same with Zombies. Like, there's no reason to buy Vanguard. It was a complete cash grab, and I hope this game that's coming out this year isn't exactly that. I want to see some passion in this game, because if this next game developed by Sledgehammer is bad, I don't want to see Sledgehammer making Call of Duty games anymore. For me, this is their last chance, you know? I would rather see Raven Software make their own game, especially since, like, they did Black Ops Cold War's campaign, and that was incredible, you know? I want to see Raven Software given the helm, given the reins to make their own Call of Duty game. I would love to see what they could do with that. But when it comes to Call of Duty 2023, if it's not Modern Warfare 3, then what is it going to be? Because I highly doubt it is Modern Warfare 3. I think it's definitely linked. And I made a video about 8 months ago detailing what I think is going to happen after Modern Warfare 3. And I feel like it could very well be they still go down the reboot route. And I feel like a Ghosts reboot would fit in perfectly with the Modern Warfare aesthetic. Now, I know the term Ghosts for Call of Duty is going to trigger aneurysms in the community, but this would be a reboot, so it would have similar gameplay to the Modern Warfare games of now, instead of the original Ghosts, hopefully. I say that, I actually liked the original Ghosts quite a lot. I still play it. But yeah, I digress. I would prefer the newer setup in terms of gameplay, because it's a lot more polished, it's a lot more smooth, stuff like that. I actually really liked the Ghosts campaign, and I could really see that being linked with Modern Warfare, because if you've played the Ghost campaign, it is structured exactly like a Modern Warfare game. The build-up to the firefights is very reminiscent of COD 4. It's why I liked COD 4 so much, because COD 4 and Ghosts, they were the same. Ghost was my first Call of Duty campaign that I played, by the way, other than Black Ops 1 10 years ago. But I got back into Call of Duty last year, or got into it properly last year, and Ghost was the first one I played. Then I played COD 4. Really liked the emphasis on the build-up to the firefights for those games. And then the firefights themselves in Ghosts was big, bombastic, Michael Bay sort of stuff. Just really extravagant, a lot like Modern Warfare 2 and 3, the OGs. So I feel like it would fit right in. I could definitely see them doing sort of a prequel sort of route, but again, a reboot. So, for example, Rourke wouldn't be the main villain. He would be one of the main good guys. He would be like the Captain Price of Ghosts, except for us who've played Ghosts and we know what happens to Rourke. And we could have like an entirely new game, obviously, except from the final mission. And I think the final mission should be a full-blown remake of Legends Never Die. I feel like that would be really cool. And in this way, they could reboot what didn't work in Ghosts, i.e. the Federation. They could definitely do a lot more in terms of the backstory for that. And Rourke, like, we could see him being such a hero in the game. And, you know, a lot of new COD fans, we could, if they get good writers in, they can make Rourke to be such a likable character that it actually hurts to let him go at the end of the Legends Never Die mission. Of course, I have other ideas for how they could link it to Modern Warfare 3, for example. Again, link in the description to that video that I made. But I feel like if you're going to set it in between Modern Warfare 2 and 3, the reboots, then I feel like they could do a lot with that, you know? They could do a lot with the Ghosts IP by rebooting it, you know? And treating it like another Modern Warfare game. And it would be good for Sledgehammer to kind of generate the goodwill to make a decent game, because that way then they can start working on other stuff without having the stigma of, this is Sledgehammer, they make the worst Call of Duties. You know, I feel like they could definitely go down the route of asset flipping Modern Warfare 2, but adding so much in for the Ghosts IP that you won't even notice, you know, and you would say it's better than Infinity Ward's Modern Warfare 2. They could remake old maps from Ghosts, including the Season Pass one, so Dome again, obviously, but things like maps like Favela would be really cool to go in there. There was some really good maps in the Season Pass for Ghosts, and again, like, I feel like they could do a really good job with it. Imagine seeing the Honey Badger again, like, in its form, like, in its full glory from 2013. There was some good maps on Ghost, I don't care what anybody says. There's maps like Tremor, Stonehaven is pretty good on its day. I don't really have a bad experience on Stonehaven mostly. I'd say the only map on Ghost that I almost always have a bad experience on would be Stormfront. But it would be really cool to see maps like Chasm. Warhawk still works in today's day and age. Same with Strike Zone. Of course, I've already said Tremor. Free Fall would be really cool to see. Prison Break. Like, there was these destructible gimmicks. Would be really cool for Sledgehammer to kind of toy with that again in the Modern Warfare 2 engine. Again, there's a lot they could do here to sort of get the Ghosts IP and link it to Modern Warfare, and it would be easy. It stops them from having to generate a fresh idea, because they don't even have a full year to develop this, apparently. So I feel like it would help a lot in quote-unquote pre-production if they just take what worked in 2013's Ghosts and run with it, you know? For example, Logan Walker needs to have an actual character. He cannot be a silent protagonist this time. We need to give him an actual character. And then the whole Brotherhood story for Ghost is suddenly given a lot more meaning, you know? But then again, that would be in a sequel to this, because like I said earlier, this would be sort of a before Ghosts was set and kind of filling in a lot of the gaps. Again, it would make Rourke's betrayal so much more powerful if we learn what he was like before, like fully what he was like before the Federation got their hands on him. And again, when it comes to the Federation and how they use, I think it was like Amazonian tribe techniques to brainwash people like they did with Rourke, like Rourke intended to do with Logan at the end of the original Ghosts, I feel like that could be fully explored in little hints and little references to what is going to happen. It would be so cool for new fans and fans of old Ghosts. It would be so cool, and I think it would be very, very appreciated. Now again, this is coming from someone who really liked Ghosts and wants to see a sequel or at least a reboot. I think they should go down the reboot route.
But that's not gonna happen. There ain't gonna be any ghosts.
I know. I personally think that would be a good idea, but Call of Duty and good ideas don't exactly really go together unless the developer is Treyarch, in my opinion. But yeah, Sledgehammer Games, they have the potential to make good games. I know they do, because I've enjoyed some of their games in the past. Same thing with Infinity Ward. Like, I don't know what's going on with Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2, but they really got to step it up, you know? Especially when the next game comes out, because then they'll stop development for this Modern Warfare, and it's going to be remembered as, like, the worst Modern Warfare, like, by far. Just on sheer lack of content alone. But yeah, hopefully whatever idea they go with, it's different, because I'm sick of Modern Warfare, and I don't want to see another Black Ops, unless it's Treyarch. I also don't want to see any more goddamn World War II games. Try something different. Do World War I or something. So, yeah, I don't want to see any more Modern Warfare games, period. But I know they got to complete the trilogy, whatever. But I would love to see Sledgehammer Games or somebody take Ghosts and run with it. Like, make it their own. And I feel like that would be such a great idea, because again, there's some really, really cool concepts with Ghosts. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. We're bordering on about 17 minutes now, so thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. Let me know your opinions and what you're hoping to see from Call of Duty 2023, or have you given up on the franchise entirely? I personally, I just stick with Black Ops at this point. I do play some of the past games, but in terms of buying future games, I stick with Black Ops. But I'm willing to give Sledgehammer a chance. Let's see what you got.
What you're seeing is advanced warfare.